not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
I'm good to go. Got that working, that's working. Shit! We're up for a show, baby. This is my little piece of land, baby. This is where I'll take my stand.
But trying for every chance I get. You can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts. Sometimes I think though it's just getting worse.
It is, baby. Sometimes you think it is. That's why we're here. To change that shit. Anyway, it is Sunday. I'm glad y'all are here. Dwayne Twizzle was the first one to jump in. Hey! Followed by Sherry Bucket. Thank you very much for being here, darling. Nancy Halverson is here, as is Bart Larson. Dorothy Tyndall is here. Justin Pennington, thank you. Martha, that smart-ass squaw is in the room, so y'all watch your minds and P's and Q's and all that. Mission Chick, thank you so much. Jeff Curry. Jay Clayton is in Virginia watching Dead Company. Steph is home watching, so they're connected. That's right. They're always connected, baby. Anyway, Bruce Preston, Michael Johnson, glad to see you here, buddy. Thank you for, they're cutting me off on TikTok, man. Dude, you got through. Linda Gallup is here. Virginia Woodley, thank you for being here. Ginger's Chat Show. Deborah Douglas, Karen Van Wyk. I'm getting so good at that, just pat myself on the back. Nancy Halverson's here. Our own Bernadette Priya's in the room, thank goodness. Carol Lowe, Irish Giselle, still rocking that t-shirt, I bet. Mark Perkins, thank you for being here. Let me get on down here, or I will never get to the bottom here. Wait a minute, let me do it. Snag it and drag it, they say. Snag it and drag it. Anyway, Deborah Douglas, Adina Michael are all here. Anyway, baby, it is Sunday, so we get to start a whole new week. Exciting new things will happen, I am sure. And I can't wait to get on with it, man, because I started out by reading a story here in Texas. Y'all recall not long ago we got rid of our Attorney General, Ken Paxton, because he was a crook. That's what you do with crooks, you get rid of them. But the news was, it was because we had a Republican-led committee that impeached his ass. A House in the Texas House, dominated by Republicans, impeached him, and a Republican-led Senate in Texas convicted his ass. They can only take so much of that shit. It's getting to be a bad brand over there on that side. Donnie's done come in here and spread his crap all over the damn place. It's smelling like shit all over, everywhere he touches. And then you're left with other conservatives who are thinking, hey, the boat has shifted too far to the right. We need to get right with our keel. No, they don't. Yeah, Sin City divided, lock him up, baby. And that's where that's going. But again, Donnie's numbers are still up, but they're not doing great. There's still a divide in that party. But the overall number of those that identify as Republicans now has dropped substantially. Okay, it's not a 50-50 deal here. When they say 60% of Republicans, they're not talking about that many people as compared to the population. But anyway, I think it's just the beginning with more cases that are going to be coming out. everything from the documents case, which we have seen recently, how he's trying to hold back on, I got this secret plan here I might show everybody. And, it's all coming to a head. It's going to do nothing but, again, further diminish the Republican brand. And they have to do something, and I am going to enjoy the shit out of the show that's fixing to happen. Hello, Bernadette.
Hello, John.
How's your weekend going, baby?
Chick, how you doing?
I'm up.
Good.
I'm chipper. I'm feeling
We got
good.
the sun shining, and I've been out in the garden weed whacking and planting strawberries, and yeah, we're all good.
It's funny you should say you were planting. I was doing some planting today, too.
Right on.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. Hello, Miss Chick.
Hey, John.
How are you doing, dear?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. I'm glad you're here. Now, before we get started, because that just shook something in my head I was supposed to call out. I got mail. I got mail.
You got mail.
I got mail from Christopher Williams and Dawn Little out of Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. And they included a nice little donation. A nice little donation.
Right on.
And it says, keep it on. Thank for all you do. Chris and Dawn. And Chris and I share something in common that we can't share with anybody else. It's just me and him, buddy. And I thank you for your gardening tips. Yeah, that's what it was.
Right on.
There you go. And so, yeah, I stayed busy outside today, too.
Glad to hear that they're doing good.
They are. They seem. I spoke to him on the phone not long ago. And
Right on.
any chance I get to talk to him, I take it.
Right on.
So outside of bluebirds and butterflies flying around, the sun shining and all that shit, what's going on? Anything new and exciting?
Well, I try to listen to the news when I'm out in the garden, but it's so peaceful out there. Who wants to be disturbed, right?
As a matter of fact, for a big part of the day, we had music.
I listened to Tina V instead. I mean, she did a show last night, so I listened to her show today when I was
Right
out.
on.
Outstanding. I
Good
don't have to
music
ask
for the
how
garden.
she did, because I know she's doing fantastic.
She's doing well.
I-
I just love that girl. She does some amazing things on air.
She's got a great voice for it, too.
She's got a talent.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
got
she
a
does.
talent for it.
So,
So.
oh, looky here. Let me snag Joe up here real quick, because I seen you, Joe.
Uh-huh.
What are you
I hope
doing,
you-
buddy?
Hope you're not planting any.
Not hitting the
planting-
bottle, are you?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering. Gotta.
Work my little fanny perpendicular off.
Oh, you too, huh?
Yes, sir.
Seems to be a thing to be doing.
Well, it's such a beautiful day out there. It'd just be a shame just sitting on your fanny perpendicular and watching TV.
Eh.
You can be out
Yeah.
there doing something.
Doing something, being productive is what
Absolutely.
I call it. Right back
Love
at
this
you,
time
Louis
of
Russo.
year. Love this time of year when people get outside.
It's you get that feeling now. Granted, it's hot
Yeah.
down here. You're gonna sweat when you go out there, and you know it.
Yep.
You know something, John?
What?
He's getting done.
Get her done.
That's right.
Well, that's what I've been. I'm
Hey.
going out there staring at the front yard, daring that grass to grow. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, how's your grass grow?
It's
lost
not
you.
growing fast enough. I'm ready to jump on the mower and hit it again.
Hey, anytime you want to ride that puppy straight up the hill, let's go.
Oh, I got some areas that I want to mow, but I have to walk through it first. I want to make sure there ain't nothing in there. So
Absolutely.
I'm going a little
That's
slow. I don't
always
want
a
to go
good
in there
thing
with
to
that
do.
brand new thing and then hear
Hey, do you
something
think
go
we can-
whack.
You think we can get rid of another Republican out here in Texas?
Which one?
Absolutely.
Because I have a list.
How about a dozen?
Well, I got two on my mind. One is a governor, and the other one is a no good for nothing Trump lover. What's his name? Oh, darn it. Well, Ted Cruz.
Oh, that guy.
Oh,
That
that guy.
That
Oh,
guy.
Cancun Cruz.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
I'd
good.
say throw them bums out.
Yeah, because another side story of that the Texas Republicans kicking Ken Paxton out
Ken Paxton.
is Abbott was against that, and so was Ted Cruz. They verbally came out and said, "Don't do this," as a fellow Republican, blah blah blah, and all that shit. And Cruz came out and did the same thing, tried to save his ass in the Republican House in the
Boy,
Texas
they
House.
are loyal to that shit, huh?
You can only go so far. You're a
Oh,
lying
God.
scumbag,
Let's
cheat.
turn
You know,
Texas blue. Sounds like
it's
a great
it
idea.
is it is trending that way, baby. That's what I'm
Yeah.
so happy with. Is I don't know if we're gonna make it in 24. I hope we get rid of this
They're
asshole.
gonna run again.
Yeah, because my governor has just made an ass out of himself nationwide.
Yeah.
What is my governor known for?
Yeah.
Oh, he's that governor that just puts people on a bus and ships them over to liberal states so he can laugh behind their back or some shit. He's
Yeah, we
using
just got a
human
few
beings
over here in
as
California
weapons.
from you guys, so you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, America is not gonna let people like your idiot fucking governor and senator and that other idiot down in Florida run this joint. We're not gonna let that happen.
Did you see the headline that says DeSantis's numbers are lower now than when he first went out?
Because he's a fucking
He's
idiot.
an idiot. He's not gonna
He is.
he's not gonna sell himself to the rest of America. He's much like
I
Trump.
mean,
You're
who
an
would want
embarrassment.
Trump light when you can have the fat ass himself.
It's the same old shit with DeSantis that it is with Trump. It is the
Yes.
social issues. Oh my
Yes.
God, but DeSantis is willing to go a farther right than Trump. He's coming out trying to, he is. Don't say gay and anything else. Ban books down in Florida. You bet your ass. Sound like fascism
Now,
to
he's
you?
the #1 fascist in the country. Then.
Yes.
Yes, he is. And you know what? Nobody wants to go to Florida.
Nope.
Imagine if he was president and nobody would want to come to the United States.
Yeah, you have to change the name from Disney World to Fascist World because it's just going crazy.
That's
down
where they
there.
want to take it. They don't want freedom for all. They want to limit certain people. We don't want certain people. You know who they are.
And did you, Bernadette? You're in California. Did you hear about the plane, the small private plane
Yes.
or jet that came into Sacramento?
Oh, Sacramento.
But it came from Florida, which had bused people, I think, to Florida, and then Florida,
I didn't
it went to
about that one.
California.
I was really trying to enjoy my weekend
Okay.
instead of follow these fucking idiots
Right.
around.
But again,
That's what
they
they're
dumped
doing. They're
some more
weaponizing
people.
these people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that we got dumped on again, but that's okay. California is a humongous state.
When you
And you know what?
California said,
We
come
can,
on in.
we can
we'll
use
take
the
care of it."
workers, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They tend to make damn good citizens.
They
know?
do.
They do.
Did when you said the plane, did y'all hear the little ruckus today, this evening?
Yes, over the
Yes, over
Capitol
Washington D.C.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Did you?
medium
Did you hear
size.
the whole
They
follow-up?
described it as a private jet that was breaking the sound barrier, and the pilot did not respond. So not NATO, but National Guard was deployed. Jets were deployed to intercept it. They got in front of it, shot flares and everything. Still no response from the pilot, and it went on to a crash. And so it brings up this happened once before, a long time, not that long ago, a while back though, where a aircraft was too high. Something happened to the ventilation system, lost pressure. You have just minutes and seconds really to be able to get on oxygen, or you will pass out. And that's what
Wasn't that
happened.
a golfer when that happened? It was some
Yes,
golfer.
it was some
Yeah.
yes.
Remember that?
And
story.
they're thinking that it might have happened this time too, because there was no response from the cockpit at all. Now,
Well, you know, there
What-
are people that have medical issues while they're flying a plane, just like they
Yes.
do while they're
Right.
driving a car. That kind of shit can happen.
it can.
But there was
But-
there was
Yeah.
4 other people on the plane, and
There
nobody
is one
responded,
quirky
so-
little thing. Now, it left from somewhere, I want to say in Tennessee, and on a flight path to Virginia. But when it got to D.C., it went just a little north of D.C., made a U-turn, came back over D.C., and made a course correction, and then went on to fly that course until it crashed. So, unless the flight path was already programmed into the autopilot, I don't know how that was pulled off.
They're
Anyway,
gonna have to black box that.
yeah, they're gonna have to track that down because it did. It set off alarm bells evidently all over D.C. as well as you think it
I
should.
think the only incorrect thing there was they weren't the ones that broke the sound barrier. It was the F-16s that went
Right.
after them that broke the sound
Oh,
barrier.
I thought it
Yeah.
was the private jet. They said it was.
No, I don't think it was the private
Private.
jet.
Yeah, I don't think they can go that fast.
No, I don't think they can either.
Well, some of them, depending on how much money you got, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, depends
Tom
on what
Cruise
kind
has
of
one.
private jet you get.
Tom Cruise has one.
Yeah.
Let me thank Lisa Fugit who came in with a $5 donation and said appreciate this Blue Dot family. Well, Lisa, baby, we appreciate you so much for that. Thank you. And man, I'm just that was this family was on my mind today. It really was. It really was. This Blue Dot family and what that word family means to a lot of us. Anyway, mushy shit running through my head.
Well, speaking of which, John.
Yes.
I think if people in YouTube want to comment, have their comments maybe show up in the video that Travis is doing. When the show is over with, they can go back to this video and then make a comment in the regular comment section.
Mm-hmm.
And then Travis can look for comments there about what the Blue Dot family means
Yes,
to them.
please do. You could put comments if you want it in the. Say that again.
Not in the regular chat portion, in the regular comment section after the video.
After
clip.
the
After the live ends, then
Yeah.
put it in the comment section. Oh yes, I see. Yeah, because if you put it in the chat,
It'd
it'll
be
just
easy
go
to
flying
find
by.
that way.
It'd
Yeah.
be real easy to
Easy
find.
to
then,
find.
So. Yeah.
Yes, if you want to contribute, Travis is just about to finish up on this part of it. So yes, if you have something nice to say or whatever you have to say, put it in the chat or put it in the.
What does family mean to you?
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
Yeah.
That's what Travis wants to know.
Means the
What's
world
it
to me, baby.
mean to you? It means a
Yeah.
lot to me. To you see those of us that are here.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
We're trying to be.
I reiterate that when all this started, when Trump first came on the scene, there's a lot of us that lost family, but we gained a
Yes.
new one, and it's right here. And like I always say, there are so many people in this Blue Dot family that never even heard the word Blue Dot. We just know who they are when we see them standing up and doing the right thing and voting across this country. They're all Blue Dots scattered across this country and across the world, baby. Y'all got to remember that, because I was going down that list today too. But I was thinking about the Blue Dot family. We got family in oh Lord, England, Scotland,
Finland,
Ireland,
Australia,
Switzerland, Germany,
Canada.
Sweden, Chile, Mexico, every state in the Union, down in the Caribbean.
Didn't we have someone from Scotland too?
I think we do.
Yeah.
Costa Rica. Oh, there's a list, baby. Australia. How could we forget Aussie Dave? And,
Well,
the,
we
fa-
didn't
and the
forget
family
Aussie
down
Dave.
under.
That's right. We'll never forget Ozzy.
No. We have quite a family, not just Aussie. Not only Dave, but we have quite a few people in Australia. I've gotten mail from them.
Well, we also have a new user in the chat room. Her name is Rose Blue. So I want to say welcome, Rose.
Welcome, Rose. I can't see. I'm going blind. Yep. I was searching. There's Lewis.
Oh, she's only just
Tina.
found us a week ago.
Yep.
Well, good, you found us.
I'm not seeing it.
You gotta scroll back a ways.
Oh, it's in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the
Oh,
chat.
in the chat. I was looking over there in the Discord room. See how far I
Yeah,
have
she
to lean
joined
over
us-
there.
She
Oh,
said she found us a week ago. And
Yep.
so it's 4 years late, but better late than never.
better late than
And
never.
welcome.
This family is huge. Louis Russo just came in with a $10 donation and said, just to tell you, Blue Dot, I love you. Well, Louis, we love you back, baby. Thank you for that. I appreciate it tremendously. Rose, paying the bills. Baby,
How is
paying the
everyone?
bills. Hello, Asgard. How are you?
Good.
And how is Spock?
Friendly good. Looking out the window right now.
Good. That's his
Just,
job.
Yeah, just being his cute self.
Yep.
How's your cats doing?
Which one?
All of them.
Yesterday I went out there to do my video, or day before yesterday. It wasn't. Anyway, I was out on the front porch, and I've done a few videos out there just for a different angle, and besides that, it's cooler out there. And I have my rocking chair, and so I was preparing for the show, and I guess I've rocked back a little bit, and I guess somebody's tail was under there, and holy shit, I had that cat screamed and ran, and about 15 others took off with him. So everybody got paranoid. So I felt bad, but the cat was okay. Didn't hurt anything, but yeah.
It's like a Cheech and Chong movie showing in the '60s when they hear sirens.
Yeah.
Right,
Everybody freaks. Everybody
Gotta
freaks.
start flushing and yeah.
But they're all doing fine. Little Blue is he was sitting out there in my lap today. Put him out there with the rest of the cats and let him, socialize, so he can be accepted into the crowd out there. But he's already figured it out though. He thinks he's an inside cat because he knows where the front door is. So he's sitting at the front door like, this is hot out here.
Let me in.
And John, on the video game front.
Yes, sir. What are you playing, Asgard?
Yeah.
What are you playing?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
That game is by far my favorite Zelda game, but I also have the expansion pack on the Switch, so I've also been playing through some of my nostalgia favorites, so Zelda, A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask.
Yeah. Finding some entertainment in there, are you?
Die hard here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds interesting, kind of like the Trump family, Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the
Oh
Kingdom.
no, this is so much better than the Trump family.
Really?
This is
much better.
This is like having video games today aren't like they were back in the 80s and 90s. Today the average video game has a larger budget than most movies and makes more money.
Well,
But I'm totally confused on these new games.
I do too. Me and you, brother.
I'm stuck back there with Centipede and Pac-Man.
Are you shitting me?
Dude, you got left in the dust.
Hey.
Like if they turn Tears of the Kingdom into a live action, it would have to be a TV show, and it would probably be multiple seasons.
Well, you know what I did today?
You know those people over at Fox Views are just totally upset about Tears of the Kingdom.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, good.
Why?
There's got to be a reason.
Because they say that Link, main character, is an icon for transgender. I'm like, you guys, you're just making shit up.
Wow,
now.
they're really scraping the shit.
They're stretching, looking for it.
Bottom of
It's
the barrel on it.
like what was it?
Yeah,
They really need to leave this one alone.
I'm thinking all those people in Fox News are still haven't come out. They haven't come out of the closet.
You know what I think? I think a few of them need to get laid.
Yeah.
They're a little hard up.
Yeah. They need to explore their possibilities a little bit, or expand their horizons somewhat.
Jesus Christ.
There's a far cheaper option.
What does that the Lord say? Keepeth thy nose out of other people's business?
There's an extra reason why
I think
they
that's
I
in
don't
Leviticus.
think
I
any
don't
of
know.
these people at Fox have ever played a video game.
They haven't.
You know what I did today?
Someone seriously needs to just send them a Switch with Mario Kart on it and watch them lose a
I
weekend.
figured the
It's the
Switch,
cheapest
but-
option.
You know, when my daddy told us to go get a Switch, that meant our
Yeah.
asses were
Yeah,
getting
it
beat.
wasn't a good thing.
Okay.
Go get your Switch. No, he couldn't. You said you better not come back with anything little either. He'll go out there and pull up the whole tree and whoop your ass with it.
I remember my dad told me that one day, and I climbed up the tree and I said, I ain't coming down till you
Oh,
go
no.
to sleep.
My dad was healthy. He could have climbed up there and get me. No.
My dad was an old school.
It's like
drill
poking a
sergeant.
bear and daring him.
My dad's school was old school army. My dad was old school army, so he never hit me with a Switch or anything. He smoked me.
That's mine. What comedian was that? Oh, I can't remember his name. who talked about getting hit with a switch, and then said his mama would spell out the words on his ass
Oh
every
yeah,
time.
absolutely.
No,
It's
That's
not
exactly
words,
what
it's
happened to
every
me.
syllable.
I
It's
thought maybe
Get
you might
your
know what
ass
smoking is.
every syllable, baby.
Do you know what the phrase smoking means in terms of the Army?
I know what smoking means. Well, there's only two. Smoking lamp is lit, and I assume that's not it. Getting smoked would be you're not in good shape.
Physical correction through physical activity until you're basically steaming. So like 6 to 8 hours of correction for fucking up. In the Army, but my dad would have me do like 20 push-ups if I mouthed off or something.
No, you got lucky, dude. Shit, I would have loved to do push-ups.
No,
okay?
that was starting out when I was like 5 or something. He added
Dude, you
more as
got
I got
lucky.
older. I never really mouthed off much, so I was always a kind of a wiry bastard.
Hey, let me take a minute here and call out a couple of thank yous because Keith Thompson, our buddy up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, came in with a $5 donation and said, "From a happy blue state of Minnesota, we are breaking out of the popcorn. What the fuck are they going to do down there?" Oh, my God. Buddy, it's getting hot down here, buddy. I understand it's getting hot up there. 90-something degrees up there today. Yeah, y'all are popping corn up there. And Linda Gallup came in with a $10 donation and said, "Great speech, Uncle Joe. I hope everyone got to see it the other night. Yes, indeed, I did. It was a good speech. It was a good speech. And, man, Joe's cooking. Hey, before we...
Hey.
Huh.
Go, Dark Brandon, go. Just
Go,
keep
Dark
your shades on and just keep pissing them off, okay?
Works for me.
You got this.
Works for me. So I went to see Maestro today.
Yeah,
It-
how's he?
He's doing great. As a matter of fact, we had a
Right on.
great time. Did
Right on.
anybody take my advice and watch the movie RRR?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Chick, so you saw it?
Yep.
Okay, so today I'm over at Maestro's house, and we're talking all sorts of shit, and he was watching Avatar, The Way of Water, and it was paused up there. And I said, "Hey, dude, my kids got after me to watch this movie." He said, "What is it, RRR?" "What's that?" I said, "It's a Bollywood movie." I said, "It's not something I would pick, and it's not I would even come across." And I said, "Man, you got to see it." So he pulled it up, and he says, "Oh, man, it's 3 hours." I said, "Yeah, really. It's got an intermission. If you can pause it at a certain point, go get something to drink, go to the bathroom, whatever." But I fast forwarded the movie. It got to the fight scene, where the guy says, "Go get that guy, Miss Chick."
Yep.
That scene, and Maestro's going nuts. And then after he got done watching that, I went to the dueling dance scene.
Yeah.
Maestro wants to watch the whole movie because I wasn't giving away the plot. I just saying, just take a look at these two scenes and tell me what you think of the movie. "Oh, I got to see this. How come I never seen this?" I said, "Well, man, there you go. My kids just watch everything, so I would have never found it if they hadn't found it." So it's just an upbeat, good movie, I thought. Anyway, maybe not for everybody. It's a Bollywood movie.
Hey, go check it out, y'all. RRR.
RRR. Yeah. If you want to waste 3 hours of your time, it's a lot of singing and dancing. Well, not too much singing. Dancing. Lots of dancing. A lot of ass kicking. Lots of ass kicking.
Right. Apparently, yeah. John focused on that, and not so much the content of what the movie was
The
about.
movie, well, that's what I stressed to Maestro, because you could see the overtones of racism, of misogyny in there.
It's literally about the colonialization
Yes.
of India.
Yes.
And some stuff that happened way back when
Way
and
back
what was
when.
going on. So yeah. It actually is a brutal movie.
It is. There's a bunch of ass kicking going on. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. But it's done tastefully, I thought.
It is done tastefully. Well, there's some pretty. I will say, we'll put a disclaimer out there. There is some very graphic stuff in there. So if you're triggered by war type violence,
Yeah.
be careful.
Yeah, that's.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
give it-
India, there was an awful disaster over there with the train
I
derailment.
mean to tell you, isn't that
Oh
heartbreaking?
my goodness, that's just.
Oh,
It's and man, yeah. It was getting
and
close
John,
to 300 dead, and that was
Yeah,
before they
about-
lifted those trains.
About
So,
900 people injured.
oh man,
Oh Jesus, that's
that's
unbelievable.
devastating. That is devastating for
Unbelievable.
anybody to have to withstand. That was bad. Let me send out a quick thank you to Michael Johnson, Mr. KY, down up in Kansas City. Came in with a $5 donation and said, Donnie's song, Tears of a Clown. Smokey Robinson, coming to a radio near you. Fuck Trabbit, fuck Abbott, fuck DeSantis. Texas actually won blue. Fuck Paxton too. We get them all in here, baby. We get them all. Thank you, Michael Johnson, very much, brother. I appreciate you checking me out on the TikTok. I got hit on TikTok, and I can tell it. They pulled back on my viewership, I think, on how many times they allowed me to. You know why?
Why?
I think I said because I said I didn't show it. Because if you go to TikTok and you look at the video from Friday, you don't see the opening that you see on YouTube and Facebook.
Right.
Right? But at the end of the video, I said, enjoy your beer in butt. Oh, God, are you shitting me? Yep.
Did they take it down?
Oh, no, they didn't take it down, but they restrict your viewers. They don't let everybody see you. Yeah, I went from
algorithms are pulling back on you, huh?
I went from 3,000, 2,000, all that the days before, and then that day, it's taken me 3 days to get to 500 on that video.
It's just one video, John, and you'll learn from your mistakes, right?
For just saying the words.
I don't think it's a mistake to speak your mind.
I understand that, but we have to remember that we're dealing with
an algorithm.
And not only an algorithm, but a Chinese algorithm, a corporate Chinese, which is totally run by the state. So we don't have control over that.
I'm not trying to fool myself.
Which is weird because you could see some just really bizarre fucking shit over on.
You can't. You can't. And I don't go digging. And I pointed out one to my wife. I said, look, they're bitching about me, and look at this. Her first asking was, well, how'd that get on your feed? Well, I don't know. It just showed up. Well, you must have clicked on something. No, I ain't clicking on nothing like that. Now all of a sudden I'm defending myself. I shut my mouth.
Right.
Showing you nothing
I
no
plead
more.
the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't subscribe to that. It just showed up.
Just showed up.
And John, stuff like that is the reason I enjoy whimsy in video games.
Well, Asgard, have you heard what's coming out? I think what is it? PlayStation, I think, is fixing to unveil their new hardware. I think it's PlayStation.
And I'm so excited about it because I've been saving up to get a PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Well, this one.
If they're gonna drop new hardware, I might just wait and get the new hardware.
The new hardware is going to be this, not only hardware itself, but the console or whatever it is, but it's going to have a headset that is going to be a combination of VR and AR. Virtual reality and augmented reality, which means you would be able to actually see through the glasses to your world, but it's going to be telling you shit about that world in your room or whatever the fuck.
And there's one game I absolutely love playing, and I refer to it as my space trucker game. I play it to zen out, and it's this massive open world you play with other human players. But this game is so massive; it has 2 million users that use it almost every day.
Traffic
and
jam.
I at most see 2 or 3 people.
Really? It's a vast
What's the name of that
game?
Sky something. What's the name of that game? No Man's Sky, that's it.
No Man's Sky?
That game is so large, you'll never see anybody else playing this game while they're online with you playing this game. It's like being out in the universe, literally. That's how big it is.
Elite Dangerous is more of a hardcore flight simulator. So think a Microsoft Flight Simulator meets Space Combat and Trading Simulator.
Don't say that too loud. My son's not here, and I'm so glad he can't hear you.
This game has eaten up years of my free time, and I still play it. I have a flight stick solely to play this game. And what I love doing is I'll get baked, log into the game, and start and listen to 60 psychedelic rock as I'm hauling shit across the universe, dodging pirates.
There you go. Sounds like
That's
a hell
my
of a life.
sin.
There I
There you
go
go.
back.
So,
There
you're
you
literally
Beware.
hitchhiking
Thank you,
across the
brother.
universe.
Yep.
Yep.
My son was up till 5:30 this morning playing video games.
Really.
Literally
Into
all
it.
night.
Into it.
Literally
Him and
all
Marcia
night.
have something in common.
Hmm
I think it was about that time Marcia turned off the TV and went
Oh,
to sleep.
you have to tell Marcia I'm over 11,000 on
Really?
Candy Crush.
I will tell her. She's still
Hey,
playing
did
it
you-
too. She's loyal to that
Yeah.
game. I don't know what level she's at now.
Oh, and did you hear about Nintendo is releasing a new Mario Kart here soon?
Oh,
Yes,
I heard
I
that.
heard
I
that.
heard that. Hey,
I
hey,
heard that.
Asgard, do you know what game I play daily? I mean, every
What?
day I play the same game.
What's that?
Boom Beach.
Boom Beach.
Boom
That's it.
Beach. It's just,
Mobile? Is that a mobile game?
it's on my
Yeah.
iPad. It's on my phone.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
then yeah. I play mostly on PC or console,
yeah.
so yeah.
No, this is
Um,
not that kind of. This requires your finger to touch the screen and tell you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more of a
Yeah,
Plants
John's
vs.
doing
Zombies kind of guy
good.
on my phone.
John's doing good for just being able to get the game on his iPad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It's
I'm
an
not
easy game to
critiquing
play.
you,
It kills me because my wife is way ahead of me, and I started out way before her. And before y'all think the wrong thing, I got up to the level 65, and then when my old iPad crashed, I had to get a new iPad. I had to start the game all over. So now I think
Okay.
I'm at a level 52 right now, and Marcia's still up there at, I don't know, 67, 8, 9, something.
Oh, and John, I
Dominating.
got a new tobacco pipe.
You did?
It's a church warden pipe. So you've seen Lord of the Rings, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
You know
have.
that
See?
big long pipe that Gandalf smokes?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
I bought one of those.
I have one too.
Currently using it.
I have one too.
Question: What was Gandalf smoking?
Technically, according to Tolkien, tobacco does not exist in
So.
their universe. So, and Tolkien was a smoker himself, and the pipe weed they smoke is magically cultivated by wizards.
Wizards.
It doesn't
Yeah.
just get you high; it
wonder what
actually has
that could
magic
be.
in it.
Huh? I want some stuff cultivated
I
by
said,
wizards.
I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, really.
It's basically magic weed
Yes.
So
that
Oh.
can literally make you
I'm
see
gonna-
God
I'm
if
gonna
you
have-
smoke enough of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is not
It's
the
like that
same
old
as
saying,
magic
give a man a
mushrooms,
fish, he'll
okay?
eat for a day. Give a man some seeds, he'll get high for years.
that's right.
That's
Okay.
just what I'm
We,
saying.
we'd
But
have
yeah,
to
it's,
we'd have to
the-
refer to
the-
the experts.
Who-
Yeah, the pipe weed in Tolkien and Lord of the Rings is literally magic shrooms mixed with weed.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hey,
Yeah,
we'll
Asgard,
ask-
can you see the camera? Can you see the
No.
show? No. Oh, I was going to hold up my pipe.
I listen to it on audio because I'm playing a video game while I talk to you. I'm playing a strategy
Oh,
game called
sure.
Stellaris.
I understand.
I'm conquering the universe.
You're conquering the universe
Somebody's gotta
as
do
we
it.
speak.
Yep. It's a civilization sim game where you basically run a civilization and build like armadas and whatnot, and you have to survive and make it through the storyline. But you can play with yourself or other people.
Hey.
Hey, this is a family
It's
show.
a family show.
Yeah, no.
There would
play
be
with
no
yourself.
playing with
Algorithm,
selves
your
Can't
around
play with
here.
algorithm dropped big time
Can't
there
have
when you
that.
said play with.
Oh,
It's
man.
amazing how I have friends all over the world, not just because of Discord, but because of video games, and that's weird to think that over the last like 30 years, multiplayer has gone from, hey, bring your controller over to my house to, hey, I'm gonna play with you in Canada. You know?
Well, that's one thing about all these games. They're worldwide.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
so far back. In fact, I haven't played any video games in about 20 years since my wife got rid of my console.
I'm not
And
gonna
I was,
lie, I broke up with a girlfriend because she gave me me or the video games ultimatum, and I
Adios.
asked her where her suitcases were.
Adios, amiga.
well, she got rid of one Atari and two.
Oh
Um,
Jesus, those things are
You know what? You know what my kid went
oh
and bought
yeah,
the other day? Travis and Tyler both
Two
are tickled to death.
ColecoVisions.
They went and bought a TV that has a VCR player in it. Built it. It's just one old.
I have an
Mhm.
adapter for my TV that allows those retro consoles to hook up to my HD TV and actually look good. And there is nothing better than just the feeling of booting up an old Super Nintendo with a Link to the Past or
Absolutely.
something like that in there, and just
One of them classic
feeling the thing
games.
come back to life and hearing the Nintendo noises.
So sorry.
Believe me,
Oh, yeah.
that was stressing our marriage there for a while because she got rid of those three consoles. It was I was pretty angry.
As I said, if a girl ever gave me the choice between her or the
Like
video
them
games,
much, I do.
The only thing out of the
Yeah,
boom
I-
beats
yeah,
that
half my
I
shit.
occasionally play is I get on Travis's VR headset and fly. And no, I don't want to shoot people out of the sky. I want to fly at treetop level. I want to get
Speaking
down
of
low.
childhood,
Huh?
I said speaking of childhood.
Yes. I'm in my second, third one. Who's counting?
Well,
What?
I don't think I ever left my first one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to take childhoods away from children again.
I can't.
Again, the child labor law things, right?
Indeed.
We'll go back to the real world again. Legislators in 6 states, Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Ohio, and South Dakota, have proposed 8 bills that make it easier to exploit kids for profit.
Yeah.
In other
Now,
words,
if
child
you
labor
ask
laws.
any of the congressmen in those red states where they're passing laws, they're just trying to say, well, we're just trying to teach the youngins how to raise up in the right world and go to work if they want to. No, that's not what you're doing. You're creating a situation for businesses to
You know
exploit.
what's another thing that they just don't talk about when it comes to the economic side of this?
Huh.
Most of these jobs that they want to put these children to work in and have them trained to work in will not exist in 20 years. They're setting them up for the next Rust Belt
Well,
failure.
I got news. In the next 20 years, there's going to be a lot of occupations that I believe aren't going to be around.
Yeah,
Well,
like
The
because of
advancement of
automation,
technology and automation, AI, everything that we've been talking about game-wise is going to affect the
Now,
world.
who's taking
and
away
you,
our?
you
You're gonna
really
need
think they're going to
oh,
hire
oh,
your
yeah.
racist?
Hold on.
You
Hold on.
really?
They're gonna need those kids to go work those bars for those people who got laid off from work and is all fucking depressed and all they want to do is drink their life away. They're gonna need those kids to go work their bars as long as they got their parents' approval.
As long as they have the parents' permission, they can sit in the bar and listen to all your sad sob stories while they serve you beer.
Well, in
You know,
newsflash,
there'll be jobs
it's
for
to
them kids.
replace bar servers because they like to sit and talk to people.
And-
They go in and get talked to.
Well,
And one
I
of those
grew up.
redneck
grew up
good old boys that was talking to me once about the whole immigrants thing, and I shut him up real quick by pointing out that you do realize if we get rid of the immigrants, that's not just suddenly going to clear up a job in brain surgery for you, right, Cletus?
Yeah. It's
Exactly.
I grew up at 12 years old in the onion fields. And
Like,
that
no
just
immigrants,
gave me-
no tacos, motherfucker.
Well, the
Yeah,
whole
I mean-
false statement of immigrants are taking our jobs is not true. Those
No.
jobs are there, and you're not taking them. They're coming
Yeah,
here
yeah,
saying,
like-
"What do you want me to do?" And I'll do it.
there's
Well,
an
yeah,
old
like
movie
your
I watched.
racist redneck ass isn't going to suddenly get a job at Johns Hopkins in brain surgery because they kicked out Ahmed the brain surgeon.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
building the houses in Florida right now?
Well, maybe nobody if they're striking down there.
That's
I wa-
and
Honestly, with
hurricane-
some of the good old boys I've seen, those houses are going to be janky as fuck, lean like 4 degrees to the fucking left in every direction, and fall down during the first thunderstorm.
Well, I hope not.
and they deserve it. DeSantis is going to deserve what happens. I mean, it's not happening right now, but it will.
No, I'm saying that every person of Latino descent I've ever met that built amazing houses.
Yes.
But the white dudes that they've got that are going to try to scalp these jobs, that fucking house is going to be built like a house of cards and going to fall down the first time the wind blows.
Yeah, there's a
You're
lot of
going to
pride.
open a door, and the only thing you're going to be left holding is a fucking doorknob.
I just don't think that there are anybody applying for those jobs because they want to make a lot of money for what they're doing, yet they do not want to pay the immigrants what they deserve for doing a good job.
You know what? You know what?
There's
Hold on.
something my dad always told me. You get what you pay for. If you pay shitty wages, you get shitty product.
You know, it's
And if you vote in a shitty ass governor, you got a shitty ass
state.
governor.
Yeah. In the rules and regulation, the laws of this country concerning labor across the board, who can work, where can work, all the safety, all that shit, everything. You know what business is exempt from that? The agricultural business.
Right.
Because of the immigrant. There was a movie I watched a long time ago, and it was called A Day Without an Immigrant. Yeah, you want to bitch about immigration in this country and having undocumented workers in this country, or whatever you want to call them? Watch how much you start paying for a peach. If you get Bob out there and Jack out there, they're going to start picking peaches. Them peaches going to cost you $10 each.
One of the guys I was in the army with was from Puerto Rico, and saw that movie, and has always referred to it as the day without a taco.
A day without a lot of things.
You know,
your taco wagon being included.
Hospitality industry, which is hotels and things
Indeed.
like that, are
But
full
you know,
of
these
immigrants.
flamingoed ass white people are never going to realize that farm worker hasn't shown up to work. But God forbid they come out for their 12 o'clock lunch break and that taco truck is fucking gone.
You were saying, who was?
Sorry.
That's all right. Maria, let me get this out. Maria Betancourt came in and donated $6 through Super Chat. Maria Betancourt, thank you so much, darling. There are a lot of problems in this country, and kicking people out isn't going to solve a damn one of them. If we look at all of us, look back at our history, none of us, unless you're Native American, are Native American. You're not. You're an immigrant. You came from immigrant families, and the crisis is from our southern border. They say that's not a crisis. It's been this way forever, and the United States takes damn good advantage of that. And it kills me because we get this. You know, I live down here. I've lived down here damn near all my life. Is there an immigrant crisis going? No, there's not. What there is a game going on between my governor and the Democratic Party, where he wants to target liberal states that pass liberal laws. So he's going to use people as weapons and put them on a bus and shoot them at New York or anywhere else. I just heard a statement today from California welcoming them, because there is a need. And we're not full, baby. I don't care what you think. We're not full. There's no full sign on this fucking door.
Recent as in, over the last decade, they have made some new rules and regulations towards migrant workers. Up here, we've always had migrant workers. They come up and work in the orchards. Because it's a short season, right? It doesn't last real long, and sometimes they can overlap for a while from one season to the next in terms of, cherries are for 4 or 5 weeks, and then we'll be sliding into apples and, things like that. But the same families will come up for decades and decades and generations.
Yes.
And it's usually a situation where, there's certain paperwork.
There's no age limit for migrants, how old they got to be to work that field.
They know how long they're going to be there and what they're going to get paid and stuff, but the regulations have tightened up, so it's harder and harder for even those families that used to come up here all the time to get here with the paperwork.
How many stories have we seen in the news about crops rotting in the field? Farmers having to plow under a full crop of something because they can't get it out of the field. It's going to rot.
Yep.
Right, because their hands are tied to get the workers.
And the agriculture business, if they lose a crop, they're guaranteed.
Yes. Guess who buy?
I mean, they don't care.
Depends on the
Yes and
crop.
no.
Depends on the crop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
depends on the crop and whether they have crop insurance and stuff like that.
Hmm
Yeah, there's other
And
things in
depends
there. They
on
don't.
who's growing that crop. Some people can't get that kind of insurance. Some people can't even get a loan for it, and they're putting that money out
Yeah.
their own pockets.
The smaller the farmer, the harder it is. But
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
And there are fewer and fewer
Your
small
business
farms.
is guaranteed. Tobacco is guaranteed. Absolutely.
but
You
the
know?
other thing with crops is there's Mother Nature. Sometimes they just things
Absolutely.
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. You have a bad year and you don't get your
Yeah.
crop in or whatever it is.
Well,
Or it
the
rots
valley
in the
hasn't.
field or
Yeah, the valley hasn't recovered from the big freeze. They lost trees.
They lost a lot of trees down there.
They lost a lot.
Yeah. That's right. Michael
still
Johnson's
haven't-
out planting trees. Anytime I think of trees
Yeah.
now, I think of KY.
He's Johnny
Yeah,
Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed.
Man's planting trees out there, baby.
Thanks.
I love it.
yeah.
In fact, I went to the valley about 2 weeks ago, and we're going this next Saturday again.
Are you?
Yes, I found me a restaurant down there. Oh Lord.
Uh-oh.
Oh, see, ain't it terrible when you find a restaurant you're willing to drive to? When you walk away thinking, I'm coming back here.
Oh, I've been
That's a
there
good
twice.
restaurant.
I've been there twice.
Hmm.
I'm telling you that they cook.
Where
It's
is
a
it?
Mexican restaurant. It's right there in San Juan, Texas,
Okay.
and it's about 2 blocks away from the cathedral there.
Remind me where San
And-
Juan is.
San Juan, it's up there by going toward Harlingen.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and it's about 2 or 3 blocks away from the church, and there's one cook, and she's from Mexico, and believe me, when my wife says this is good, and she knows what she's talking about as far as cooking.
Yeah.
And I myself, I mean, I tell everything.
Your wife knows what cooking is.
Oh yes.
I'm about to bring that empty jar back to your house, buddy.
Yeah, just so
Tyler,
happens,
Tyler
Mama
eats that
bought-
shit on everything. Everything. He goes and gets that green sauce out of the refrigerator.
That's it,
Tacos. Today we had
just
tostita
so
casserole.
Yeah, just so happens she's gonna make a new batch.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm almost down.
Just- Because if I could put it on my Cheerios, I would.
That stuff's good, and it's got a kick to it. It's
Oh,
got
yeah.
a kick to it. I like that. Randy Peterson just put it. Your wife kicks ass, Joe. Just
Thank you.
calling that out.
She,
Yes,
she sure does.
Joe's wife knows how to cook. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm the every time I eat.
That's why
whatever
Joe
she
weighs
cooks,
500 pounds.
I'm pretty close to it.
He's
I've
trying.
been able to. Actually, I've been able to keep my weight down. Normally I weigh 184. I've gone down to 177.
Good. Got to take care of
Some
your health.
well, it's a new medication the doctor gave me,
Oh,
and it kind of limits what I eat, how much I eat. I eat a certain amount, and then I'm full.
An appetite suppressor.
Yes, and it's working. I mean, although it's in competition with my wife's cooking now. She cooks so good. Now you want more?
I need to come to your house. I just went to the doctor the other day. I weighed 157. I'm thinking, I'm losing weight. 157, man. I've lost weight.
Well, you got to get off that John
I'm
Deere.
working my
That
ass off.
vibration,
That's what I'm doing.
vibration.
I can't go outside without doing something without sweating my ass off. I swear. Drop of a hat, I am soaked. T-shirt just soaked.
I'm telling you. Guess what? Where we were yesterday.
Where?
Yesterday we
¿Qué
went
pasó?
down to the Ocean Drive,
Yeah.
and we walked up and down Ocean Drive casually for exercise. It was
It's a
so,
beautiful walk.
It was so relaxing.
Did you
and
do all the way, like where
All
the
the way from-
Miradors are?
all the way down to the American Bank Center?
Outstanding. It's a beautiful
I'm
walk. A
telling
lot of
you-
people make that walk every day just for the exercise. And
Oh,
it's a
yes.
beautiful view
Oh.
anyway.
No, there was bicycles, there was skateboarders,
Oh
there was
yeah, everybody
um,
out there.
what do they call those electric chingamadigs that
Yeah, them
you
scooters.
rent out there?
Yeah, just step
Yeah, I
on
said
one and
that's
go.
The little
yeah,
scooters?
Yeah,
them little scooters.
they're
Yeah,
all over the place. I've been
right
thinking
on.
about jumping on one of them. Marcia keeps saying they're gonna break your butt. Anyway,
But we
you're
had
gonna
a good
bust your
time.
ass. Well, it'd be fun. Let's find out. I ain't that bad nowadays. I can still keep my balance. Shit, sort of.
Well, that's one thing I'm gonna have to practice on my bicycle. Getting on there is kind of hard. Once I'm up on top, I'm all right.
Hey, speaking of bikes, you know who was the badass this weekend, huh?
What's that?
Who was the badass on the Harley this weekend? Anybody know? Ding, ding, ding,
Oh.
ding, ding, ding. Oh, we
Was
have a
it
guest?
Pence. It
Mike
was
Pence, indeed. That's right. Mike Pence, former vice president of Donald Trump, leading the parade today on his Harley Davidson. That's right. Baldy decked out in his sleeveless leathers there. I got the patches on there, man. I'm telling you.
He actually had a patch that called himself badass.
I didn't see that one on there, but he was trying his best to look like a
No.
I
badass.
didn't see Mike Pence because he blends so well.
So
to the
well.
background,
Yeah.
You know, I just
Yeah.
didn't
Normally
see
it's
it
just
on
like up
you.
against, Cracker. Yeah, but today he outdid the whole field because all of those candidates that we was talking about, they're all in Iowa giving their speeches and everything. And who was the only one that got on the bike and rode? Mike Pence. Really? None of y'all? None of them?
I am not impressed.
No, I'm not either. But well, okay, to a degree. I'm going to give him that crump. When I thought, okay, if you gave me that
I'm
whole
not
list of
giving him
guys and said
shit.
who got on
I'm
the
not
Harley,
giving any of them
I wouldn't have
shit.
guessed Mike
They're fucking
Pence.
Republicans. They wanna do away with democracy. I ain't giving them nothing. Ain't none of them worthy of being in that office. And if any of them get in there,
I'm with
they're
them.
going to pardon his fucking ass.
No
So I ain't
one
giving
more
him shit.
manly than Pence, man. I'm telling you, Pence is a badass. I know it. It's just go look. Yeah,
No, it just means he knows how to ride a
that's
bike.
it. And I
How-
wonder how
how do you
much
do all
practice he
that?
had to do before this day came along. You know, he just didn't walk up there out of the blue, get on the bike, and go. No, he's
No, he
been
knows how to
somewhere
ride.
riding that thing around for a while.
But I wouldn't associate that with badassery with him.
Not impressed. Okay.
Every time I see Mike Pence, I think one thing: that man spent his life sitting in front of a mirror trying to get that look just right, and he admires it all the time.
That man is the only man who could make driving a Harley look milk toast.
Yeah, really. No
There you
shit.
go.
No
There you
shit,
go.
Asgard. It's the only one that make it look not manly. Ah, shit.
I
The
think
Harley
you
Davidson
actually
might sue
lose
him.
a couple of punch holes in your man card just by looking at that video and thinking he looks good.
Well, it makes me think for the first time that he has a man card. Does he?
I'm not sure.
I
think
don't know.
you'd have
Maybe
to
he
look
borrowed his
really-
wife's. I think he borrowed his
You'd have
wife's
to
man
look
card.
really
to get on the
close
bike.
at
Yeah,
that
that's his
picture.
wife's bike and his wife's gear. They just put it on him for 10 minutes
Yeah.
to take a photo op,
Sure, she's
and
not
then
in the
she
back.
drove off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was rather comical. I did. Like I said, I don't take away from saying he was the only one out of the whole Republican field that actually got on the bike because it was it was titled something and ride, rally and ride or something. I think that was the
You
title
know,
of the group,
just to
the
troll
event.
them, if I ever ran for office, I'd show up on a moped
On a moped,
in a kilt.
and it killed. You'd go over big time, buddy. What are you running for? That's the question. Or more precisely than that
For his
outfit,
life, I think.
who you running from?
With the Republicans around.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, it's just, I'm starting to get the hint, a stronger hint, that we're going to see more and more of this divide within the Republican Party. The more and more Trump is going to take a hit on the documents case, on the January 6th case, the case down in Georgia and others, all of this is going to come to the head in the next year. And there's only so much the Republicans are going to stand. Hence, Ken Paxton. There's only so much you can take. Even with the guy that is helping you 100%, and Ken Paxton was helping every one of these stupid Republicans make money down here in Texas. But you got caught, and you're in the news, and now you're not somebody that we can look up to and tell our children this is what you want to be. No, you're a scumbag, lying sack of shit, and you're trying to rip the country off. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking this divide is going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and we're going
Well,
to see it more.
and on that note, John,
Yeah.
I was watching your earlier video on YouTube,
Uh-huh.
and someone, I think they called themselves SS 1964, I think. I'm not positive if that was the name or not. They
Right?
posted a very lengthy, long explanation of fascism on there. If anybody wants to go
Really?
read that, it's very
On which one?
informative. And at the very bottom of
On the last video you put out.
on the rant you did earlier today, or the video you did today,
Right.
your little 4-minute video.
Right.
So anyways, when you get to the bottom of the explanation, they have also posted links to a whole lot of other people and videos, to
Outstanding.
follow and go to. So if anybody gets a chance to
What
do
what
that,
platform
that would
is
be
this on?
great. YouTube. It's
On
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay.
You check out John's Sunday afternoon small video, not this one,
Yeah,
but
my rants.
your rant.
Yeah.
The latest rant today. It was on there. And we missed something this last week. The anniversary of the Tulsa massacre in 1921, the one that destroyed Greenwood.
Yes.
Yes,
The
we
one I
didn't-
just recently and within the last several years, learned about
Yes.
because it was not taught anywhere.
Nope.
And that it was such a shocking thing to learn.
It was
I
like
mean, I'm not
May
stupid.
31st through June 1st. It was a long few days
Yes.
of destruction. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And we can't, if they won't let us read it in history, we got to talk about it here or somewhere else.
There are
SS
people who are
1964.
still alive
I found it.
and still waiting to be compensated for
Yes.
what they've lost
Yep.
during that time when they were a child. And here we are 100 years on, and
There was
these
only
people-
one person that was ever compensated for
Yep.
something in that, and it was a white pawn shop owner. When some guns were stolen from his store, he got compensated. That was it.
I see
Period.
that SS 1964 did a lengthy. I'm
Yes,
going to have
it
to
is
read
very
this.
Yeah.
I'll have to read that. I haven't had a chance to.
Anyways, I just wanted to remember that, and we also are on the cusp of Juneteenth coming
Indeed.
up,
Yes, we are
And we're in the middle of Pride Month.
and in the middle of Pride Month.
Pride Month.
There you go.
Yeah.
A lot going on this month. Yeah, that Oklahoma thing, that's one of the things that I learned that really hit me hard. And I preface that by saying, I'm not stupid. I lived in New Orleans, Louisiana for a long
John,
time.
There were so many incidences
Yes.
that happened like that
Oh,
during that particular period of time, 1919 through 1922 or somewhere around there. There were a lot of black-owned towns that were raided,
out.
that were burned, that were wiped out all across this nation. I mean, there's story after story after story.
Yeah. And guess
Oklahoma
what?
just happened
That's
to be
part of the
one
fabric.
of the biggest ones.
That's part of the fabric
and
of
it
this
is
country.
it is a part of this country.
Yes.
It's an integral part of this country. It's not just Black history. It's
No,
American.
it's American history.
Yeah.
This didn't
And,
happen.
and if you look at what happened during that particular time and don't find correlation as to what's happening now, then there's something wrong
Yeah.
with you.
You need to do a little
Well-
bit more digging. Go ahead.
And there was the second destruction of the same area and or other areas when they decided to do what they call urban renewal.
Urban
Oh,
renewal.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. The 60s
You know,
through the 80s as they rezoned
still-
districts, built highways, and just took things by eminent domain.
It's still going on today to a degree.
Yeah.
Every
it
day.
is.
It
Oh,
is.
it absolutely is
Yes,
going on.
they still have redlining
Um,
on maps
you know-
where the bank is going to loan you money and where they're not going to loan you money.
Yep.
Who is worth the investment and who's not. And so many times it is based
Yep.
on who lives in those neighborhoods. not the neighborhood
Yeah.
itself.
So many times it's based on what you look like when you walk through the door.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
And and nothing could be farther away from the American ideal than that. This foundation that
Ron
we supposedly built
DeSantis
this
and
country on.
Milquetoast Pence think that they're going to get in the White House without the minority vote in this country, then they're absolutely wrong
Yeah.
because it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
There's not enough old white men to vote them in.
Mm-mm.
And guess what? You can try and wipe out our history and books, but we haven't forgotten.
No.
Nope.
No. What happened to Joe?
And one of the things that I'm convinced is that they've killed off far more of their electorate with that COVID nonsense than they're willing to let on. Because if they let people know how many of their electorate are actually dead, then they would probably freak out.
They wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
There's that part. They just won't believe it.
You know, you don't. It's such a vast history when you look at that particular side of history. Nothing flies in the face of what America is supposed to be than how we treated the slaves, how we treated the Chinese, how we've treated so many that tried to make it into this country, and it was based upon just your looks. That's it. And yeah.
And it's been
heartbreaking.
primarily a Republican agenda
Yes.
to keep those particular factions from being able to vote.
Yes.
in
Well,
any
now,
way, shape, or
especially now,
form.
especially
They'll come
now.
up with all sorts of strange
Oh,
new little laws to
everything,
try and
everything.
suppress that
That's what the
population
key
from
is
voting.
right now for the Republican Party. Isn't to get the vote out. It's to suppress as much as they can. To make
Right.
it harder for you to vote wherever you live, especially if you live in a blue area. Right now, they're attacking colleges. They don't want voting booths in any college. Well, colleges are a big part of any community. It's like the firehouse or the police department or anything like that. You know where it is. There's the college right there. There should be a voting booth right there. Nope. They don't want that. They're restricting on who can vote. Even, because they're trying to pick on the college students and everything, because those are the youth that have just come out of high school that went through shootings across this country. Those are the kids that are in college now, the ones that survived all that shit. So, they know the demographic that they're dealing with, and they're
And
trying to suppress it.
Gary from Alabama Stan.
From
Um,
Alabama stand.
Alabama Stan. Says Detroit is taking down an interstate and turning it back to a boulevard. Yes, they are, and thanks to Pete Buttigieg, who is behind trying to undo what has been done to split up communities by, tearing them apart with interstates and other
Yeah,
things.
indeed.
He came to Detroit, and with our great Democratic, governor and House right now, we're getting some stuff done. We're trying to reverse some of that damage. It's going to be a long haul,
I would imagine.
but you got to start somewhere.
gotta do something,
You have
'cause
to
yes.
start somewhere.
For years, where they put the interstate highway, you think they're going to put it next to a nice white affluent neighborhood with all that noise and pollution? No, they're going to find the poor part of town, and they're going to run it right smack through the middle of it. And that happened all across this country. And another way of redlining, another way of destroying the fabric of this country. And it gets weaker and weaker every time it's torn like that. It's
We have to keep voting for the ones that want to make the changes.
that's what this is all about. No
We're
matter
willing
what
to do
topic
that.
we discuss in here, this is geared always towards trying to keep you informed, entertained, and motivated to vote, to be involved, to go do your own research, look at stories that you see in the news, follow it up. Look, and when it comes time to vote, refresh yourself on the issues, because every one of us is going to go to the ballot box, and we're not only just voting for president and vice president and all that stuff. No, we're voting on a lot of issues within your state, within your district, within your county, within your city. and sometimes they're lost in legal language that's hard to understand. But if you just take a minute and figure out what each side is trying to do, because they try to slide so much shit into local politics, and so yeah, we should all be that way. Don't, like I say, don't have to make it your whole life and let it absorb your very soul like I've done.
No, you just have to not be distracted
Yeah.
by their bullshit nowadays, because there's a lot of that going on.
A lot of it.
And get your news from some reliable sources, and we all know where to go to get that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, everybody has their favorite news source. Just
Yes,
make
of
sure
course.
that you double check shit. Have a
For me,
backup
it's always
source that
been
you
the
can go check.
BBC. For me, it's always been the BBC.
BBC's good. That outside perspective. Yeah.
And not a BBC America, like
No,
actual
no.
BBC
Yeah.
for Britain.
Yeah,
I
there's
listen
a
to their
difference.
audio feed through
I've
TuneIn.
listened
It's
to them
free.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Keep an open perspective on everything. Don't just get the view from your window. Look outside in somebody else's window and see what they're seeing. Because what we all see out our window affects all of us generally. What's happening in your neighborhood is happening in the country. So we're not connected to where we can walk across the sea and see each other.
Partly, I would argue that some people's view out their window is so nice that they don't know what's going on in the country.
Yeah, you got to look.
And that's a problem too.
There. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't have that view, so I don't. Yeah, my view's not that pretty as what it was when I first moved here. But my grass is cut, and I'm daring it to grow. Just grow an inch. Just go ahead. I'm ready. Get your shit out there.
You just want to mow all
I
the
just
time?
want to mow it again. It looks so
That's
pretty.
that's one compulsion I've never understood is the yard. I would be happy if I never have to mow a yard in my life.
Well, mowing is sort of like, I don't know. I relate it
It's
to
your
Zen.
zen.
It's a mindless.
It's your Zen moment.
Yeah, I can get lost. All right now, especially now with the zero turn here.
That makes
That's
sense.
got a learning curve to it. So I'm
Okay,
enjoying
I couldn't. Something was wrong. I couldn't. I was saying something.
I seen you. All of a sudden, poof, you're gone.
Thank you for
Yeah.
answering my question about that, John.
What's that, Asgard?
Just thank you for answering my question about that. I've always wondered. I'd never understood why the lawn thing, but it makes sense now that you explain it's a Zen thing.
Yeah, whether it's riding a lawnmower or pushing a lawnmower, it's one of those mindless activities I can do to where you still have to concentrate on not cutting your foot off or something like that. But you don't want to let your mind anyway. Oh, bat with 2 cats, and I still say that's not enough cats. I should send her more cats. Came in with a $20 donation. Thank you very much, darling. And said you vote blue unless it's Manchin or Cinema. Fuck Trump and fuck Abbott. Oh, hold on to your britches, old bat with 2 cats. Have you heard the latest news about Joe Manchin? He was asked on a Sunday talk show today.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joe, you thinking about running for president? And Joe did not say no. Joe did not say no. Joe started going into a thing about how you need to find a leader in this country that can reach out to both sides. Guess what Joe Manchin's good at? Oh, he's a Democrat in a deep red state. Joe sell out Democrats in a heartbeat. By the way, you got a big old pipeline coming out of this new deal with the deficit here that we were so fighting for. You don't have to pay the bills and all that. Joe Manchin got a fucking pipeline in that shit.
You know
How's
what
that
Joe's
work?
Yes, he
favorite
did.
shoes are?
Huh?
Flip-flops. Joe's favorite shoes are flip-flops.
Yes. Yeah, flip-flops, baby, because he goes back and forth. Him and Cinema both, they can't figure out what party they want to be in. Joe wants to call himself a Democrat, but he knows where he lives. Joe
Cinema's
Manchin
independent. And Manchin, Manchin,
is
you
cold,
fucking
baby.
prick. You fucking prick. The
Yeah.
only thing that matters.
I would,
Manchin
I would
is
say just go
money.
ahead, declare yourself a Republican, but I don't want to give him another vote. But really, how many
What
times has
difference
Joe
does it
Manchin?
make?
Yeah, not very much.
For one reason.
John,
Yeah.
what difference does it make?
Not
He
much
votes with
sometimes.
them
He votes with them.
anyway.
Yes.
What we need to
He
do
is-
is
he
put
is a
enough
fossil fuel
people
guy.
in the Senate
Joe
that
Manchin is
don't
heavily into
matter.
coal and all that
Right.
implies. So
Let's
yeah,
just override him.
yes. But he was teasing the fact today that, well, maybe he will run. He's waiting to see. Really. Go ahead.
When you get right down to it, I'd rather have him as an
Honestly, think that
ineffective
he
Democrat
would.
than as an
He
effective
ain't gonna make it.
Republican.
He ain't gonna make it.
You don't think so?
No. I
No,
wouldn't
I
vote
don't
for
think.
No, I
Because
don't
you
think
know
so
what?
either. He's
Not
pissed off too
everybody
many
wants their
people.
mountaintops pulled out.
He's pulled off so many freaking stunts for the Republicans. I don't think Democrats will stand up for his ass. You're a Republican in sheep's clothing, baby. That's what you
Absolutely.
are. Go run across
He's been
back
voted
over to the other side.
For what? The last 8 years?
Who do we have in West Virginia that's going to challenge his ass? Who's going to
We
step up
don't.
into that? Yeah, we don't.
Might have, no, we
It-
don't.
it-
We might have to lose West Virginia, which means we
Well-
got to get more people in the Senate where Manchin doesn't matter.
Like you just said a
Gentlemen
minute
don't
ago,
matter
we're not
anymore.
really
He's
losing
a
West
fucking
Virginia
independent.
because
No, we're not.
No, because he votes with the Republicans most of the time.
He votes with them all the
And
fucking
he
time.
and he lobbies for them for their issues. That's he
Absolutely.
did that comment on Fox News this morning, and I just called in my head. Yes,
Yeah.
it
He's
was
the
on
only
Fox that he
Democrat.
did that. So
Can't go on Fox News because
Yes,
he's
he
a
loves it.
fucking Republican.
that's who he's talking to. Yeah,
And he doesn't give a shit about them people in West Virginia. He's gonna fucking.
Joe
send
Manchin isn't for the people of West
a
Virginia.
coal
Joe
mine-
Manchin is for anybody named Manchin. That's what Robin
Manchin.
Kincaid always says. He's for anybody
says
named
that?
Manchin. That's it. Him and his big freaking yacht that he has there in Washington D.C. and drives his Maserati back and forth from the Congress to his yacht. He's lost touch with what most of West Virginia's about, maybe. But he is. He's a big coal guy. His family's coal.
We might lose West Virginia,
Yeah.
which means we have to pick up more seats
We got
elsewhere.
to pick up someplace else. The race is not only going to be for the presidency, it's for the Senate, baby. The
It's
House could
for the
flip-flop.
Senate, yeah.
It's that Senate. We have to retain control of the Senate.
And we can help if we vote blue down here.
Always.
Absolutely.
We need it. We need to replace Ted Cruz. I don't know who's there
Absolutely.
is. God damn it! I really
I'm
have to
hoping
do.
that-
I have to get. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to start my Two for Blue and start getting me a list over here off to the side that I can see of the candidates and who's running where.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because this is going to start up pretty soon. We're going to fly through summer. News is going to be coming left and right on Donny Boy. You know that. And then next thing you know, boom, we're going to be in the election cycle.
Well, I can't remember what the guy's name and
In
do some
Texas?
research and I'll go look him up. No,
Yeah.
the one up there in Bobo the Clown's district who almost beat
Colorado?
her last time he was around, and
Oh,
that's
right.
in the
Oh,
house.
Bobart?
Yeah, Bobo the Clown.
I can't,
He's running
the
again.
two
and
that I
he's
will
very
watch
active.
is going to be Bobart and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Because every
Yes.
time they get reelected, I can't stop thinking to myself, who the fuck lives here that you would vote for that for your representation? Both of them just dimwits that are more interested in making sure that they get in the news. You scream about something, call somebody a liar, whatever it is. They're not passing any legislation. They're not doing that. They want to be on TV. That's what they're there for.
I think the problem where they're from is that Democrats are not voting against them. It's like lack of participation. It's not that so many people agree with what their
Yeah.
agenda is.
Yeah, and old Bat with two cats
Yes,
just
exactly.
reminded us that three people indeed, Raskin, Katie Porter, and Adam Schiff are all thinking about running for the Senate.
No, correction.
What?
Katie Porter and Adam Schiff are both running for the same seat.
Yes,
and that would
I didn't
be
say they were
Dianne
running for different ones.
Feinstein's
Those,
seat
yeah,
and here in California.
yeah.
So we're
And I'm
gonna,
hard
you know,
pressed because I like both Raskin or Katie, and is it Adam Schiff?
Adam Schiff and
Yeah.
Katie Porter.
That's
they're
a
both
hard
running
choice.
for the same seat.
That's a hard
Yeah.
choice.
No, it's not. Simply put, I'm going Katie Porter.
I like Katie Porter.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
I'm
Katie
going
Porter.
Adam
Katie Porter.
Schiff's done a great job. He's a great congressman.
Absolutely.
But Katie Porter, I like her lady balls. I like she
for
could.
the people.
Yes, she is. And she
does
don't
got
mind.
some lady balls.
Yes, she does. She does. And so yeah, but it's gonna be a full field, and it is. It's gonna be not the race not only for president, because I don't want to jinx anything. I just think we got a good shot. I don't see anybody over there in the Republican Party that isn't exciting anybody. And the only thing over there on that side is Donnie, and it excites all of us to get to the polls more. So, the fight is going to be in the Senate, and we have to retain the Senate, because that's where shit gets done. You know, while the House is always full of drama, it's the business of the Senate. You know, you got 400
Yes.
and some odd clowns down there in Congress. They're all going to be
Well,
screaming
it's
and
supposed
making
to be
noise.
the business of the Senate. They're the ones who's supposed to. The upper house is supposed to have more decorum. You know that thing that Sporkfoot don't know how to spell.
There's another one I want out so bad. Tommy Tuberville. Jess Coggins, I want Doug Jones to try against Tuberville. Yeah, that's the guy. He's pissing me off. He's holding up all the promotions in the military because the military allows female soldiers to cross state lines.
This is the problem,
Yes.
John, is that people like Tuberville,
Yes.
like Bobo the Clown, like Sporkfoot,
Yep.
they're all sitting in the House of Representatives. They're all feckless idiots that should never
That stand in the way of
be there.
progress for some social cause that they want to plant their flag on. And in Tommy Tuberville's, it's abortion. I ain't going there. Nobody gets an abortion, not anywhere, not for any reason. That's Tommy Tuberville. Alabama, baby. A football coach. Oh, he'll do good. No. He might play good ball, but he's an idiot. And he's holding up promotions all across the services. Major promotions, including our Department of Defense chief, one that Biden wants to appoint. It's being held up because of his ass. Because he's got his panties in a wad because of the abortion issue and how the U.S. military treats their female soldiers. And he's got his panties in a wad, and he's doing that. And that's pissing me off. Ain't got a damn thing to do with the military, but that's the power he has. So he's going to exercise it. That's a fucking Republican for you. To exact whatever pain he can from you until you give him what he wants. And that's what the Republican Party is trying to do to America. Anyway, hey, guess what?
It's past credit time.
It is past credit time, but I got to remind you to send letters to Chief Justice John Roberts, Supreme Court of the United States, 1 First Street, Northeast, Washington, D.C., 20543, and remind the court that they are supposed to be working for the American people, not to destroy our country. They are, as Bernadette would rapidly remind you, they are an illegitimate court, and they keep acting like one. And then
They are.
oh, nope, I keep hitting that. We already did that and had a great time. And I can't wait for the next time. Yes, so thank you, Bernadette, putting it all there in the chat. So yeah, write to your congressman, write to your senator, write to your governor, write to the Supreme Court of the United States. Your 2 cents is just as important as everybody else's, baby. And it makes you feel better when you do that. When you jump in and
And
you
if you don't
write
feel
that
like
shit,
writing to 'em,
stamp on it.
Here's a
Boom.
number that you can call.
There's a number?
Yes.
I
They
don't
have
have-
phone numbers.
I don't have that. I need to be
I
updated
do.
a
I
lot.
just put it in.
Should put
I
it in
just
chat.
put the House
See?
of Representatives
What would I
and
do
the
without
Senate
my
numbers
2
in.
co-hosts, Bernadette and Miss Chick? I swear. John would be just lost nowadays without y'all. I want to thank y'all so much for it. Anyway, I guess it is time to say goodnight. Asgard, thank you for coming in, brother. We always enjoy your conversation there.
Thank you for having me. I'm sending out right now. I have this other game I have that it's basically you run a medieval tavern that you try to build the reputation up of, and it's a Zen game, so it's quite fun.
Who doesn't need an evil tavern to visit occasionally?
There is one.
We all need one.
No comment.
Indeed. Asgard, enjoy it, brother.
If I ever own a bar after I win the lottery, It's gonna be medieval themed D&D.
Well, you know, when I win the lotto, I'm coming to all y'all's houses, and I can't wait to come to yours. Oh shit!
Well, we
Excuse
can
me.
smoke and have a little bit of fun.
Well, you don't need to win the lotto to come to my house, John.
I will. I'm sorry. I get in a coughing fit, and I know it's all over the minute I sneeze.
But it
I
helps
just
if you
sneeze.
come to mine, okay?
I'm coming to your house, darling. I'm coming to your
I'm
house.
just saying it would help.
I'm talking about your neighbors. Do you know what Bernadette's neighbors did? Blah, 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 blah. Can you believe that shit? I want to move there. Anyway. Joe, speaking about good neighbors,
Yes, sir.
take care of yourself. I'm glad you came in.
No problem.
It's over there.
Today
again.
was a lucky day for me.
Good, good.
Good.
Hope it gets even luckier, buddy.
Well, we're going to work on it.
There you go. As I always say, I hope the day puts a smile on your face.
It does.
If
As
you
long
go to
as I
bed
got a
at
glass
night
of
with a
milk.
smile on your face for some reason, then that wasn't a terrible day. So, anyway, Joe, thank you very much, brother. I'll be seeing you soon. I am.
You bet.
I am. I'll be seeing you soon because I'm going to make a trip that way. And I might.
Well, there's some green gold gonna get made, so
Hey, that's
you're
right.
welcome.
That's right.
Don't
Hey,
forget to bring the
I'll
jar
bring
back.
payment for him. I'll bring a load of oak, already cut up and chopped up and everything. So
Right on.
put it off to the side and let it age real good. It's ready to burn whenever you are.
Super.
Anyway, Joe, thanks very much. And Miss Chick,
Yes, John.
thank you, darling, so much.
You're welcome.
The
I
eternal
want to
book of
remind
knowledge.
people.
What?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I do.
I want to remind people after the show is over to go back to the video of today.
Thank you.
I think he's titled it "The Divide Within," and leave a comment under the regular comments of what the Blue Dot family means to you.
And I will tell Travis to check those. Because I think Travis is right about to the point where he's going to be finishing up. I'm looking so forward to this. I'm not getting a hint of what it looks like. But I know my son's
He wants to
work.
surprise you.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly. He just wants me to stay out of it till he's done. Then I'll see. All right. Can I peek a little
And
bit?
of
No.
course,
Get out.
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Indeed,
while
it's
you're
right
there.
down there at the bottom of the page. You can hit like, share, and subscribe right down there. I want to thank everybody that does that. And but thank you, Miss Chick. I appreciate it tremendously.
You're welcome.
And Bernadette,
Yes, sir.
thank you, baby. I'm coming over to visit.
There you go.
Well, right after
Let's
I
do
got to
this.
swing by John and Carolyn's because they're eating rainbow trout and scalloped potatoes and
Oh.
stuff. Oh yeah, she's putting on the dishes
Yeah.
over there, man.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, John. I'd have to go there.
I've
too.
been paying attention to her cooking over there. I'm thinking, man, John's eating pretty good over there. Carolyn's
Right.
she's a good cook. Yeah, she knows what she's
Right
doing in
on.
the kitchen. Good.
Right on.
I'm waiting to see when she makes those green enchilada recipe that I sent her.
I did see that. That you said, yes, you sent her a recipe. I seen her comment about thanks for the recipe, Joe.
Yes, and
Oh,
and
she's gonna
anybody-
enjoy that.
Oh yeah, and I think she reposted it. So if anybody tries
Anybody.
to make them, just let me know.
Any,
How they
anybody
came out.
wants authentic enchiladas, baby, I can vouch for them. Very much so. Anyway, Bernadette, again, thank you very much, baby. I appreciate you so much. You know that.
I love you, John.
I love you too, baby.
Love
All right.
this whole family.
We have a
And
fantastic
I'm
family.
anxious to see what Travis is going to put out.
Oh, I am
know
too.
his work. I know
Yeah.
what he's capable of.
Yeah, I do too, and that's like I'm anxious to see it. I'm going to put it
Yep.
everywhere though when we get it done, and then we'll play it right here on the show. And,
Right on.
And to our YouTube family, our Facebook family in the chat, I've been trying to keep up with it. The conversation goes in there. It just warms my heart to see y'all discussing stuff back and forth. And that's the heart of the family, baby. This show is just the entertainment. The heart is beating right there in that chat. Anyway, to all of you that donated tonight, a la carte, thank you so much. I appreciate it tremendously. You don't know how much I appreciate it. And to all our Patreon members, baby, you just helped pay one of the bills. All right. So thank you so much. You pull me out of the hole every month. And I can't say thank you enough. Anyway, all that other mushy shit. Look at there. What happened? I just heard something. We just got Myra Woodbury just became one of our Patreon members. Thank you very much.
Right on.
Man, I've got so much I'm trying to catch on, but I want to start doing more videos for Patreon. Just secret little messages and stuff that I want to do. So I just post on Patreon to say thank you for those people on Patreon. That the names that are going by, it'll be updated in a few days.
Just remember to put one of them kitties in your lap.
Yeah. Did I mention that? That every one of these Patreon members are getting a free cat. Look in your mail, coming soon. They do.
Careful, you have to start pumping out more cats.
Okay.
Yeah. For anywhere from $1 a month on up, these are the people that really, they stand by me every month, and I cannot say thank you enough to every one of them. I know Bernadette's on it. Anyway, that's about it, right? That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Roll them up, baby. Let's go.
It's a
Y'all,
wrap.
it's a wrap. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good
Night,
night.
everybody.
Everybody.
Good night, everybody, and remember. Always try to put a smile on your face tomorrow and give it away to somebody else because, baby, they need it, and it'll make you feel better, too. Until, let me see, today's Monday. No, Sunday. We'll be back Tuesday. One of these days. Yeah, we'll be back.
Next
We'll look for you.